Designer Prabal Gurung has always been stitching this story on the runway, his story. And now that story is written down on paper.
Yeah, in his new memoir called Walk Like a Girl, Gurung talks about his journey from growing up in Nepal to becoming a high-end fashion designer here in New York. He rose to success dressing countless A-list stars, including Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Yeoh, and Michelle Obama. His looks have been featured on the Met Gala red carpet since 2010, and we're so happy to have fashion designer and author Prabal Gurung here with us now. It's a pleasure to have you here on Daily. Let's get into it with just the title of your book, because I think it's provocative. It evokes a certain kind of feeling, but it was used as an insult against you when you were little.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, thank you for having me here. You guys, I think we're all matching, which I love, you know, your fashion on point. Going back to the title, you know, it was a term that was thrown at me to shame me, but I decided to reclaim it and give it some power, because, you know, Walk Like a Girl is to walk through the world with courage, defiance, softness. And I wrote this book to, you know, honor all the women who have inspired me, have protected me. And, you know, and femininity in all kind, to rise with, not rise above. And to the little boy who decided to, you know, take softness, vulnerability, and femininity as a strength.
Rise with and not above.
I have to say, I have to have a moment because I just got chills because you said that so casually, like, oh yeah, because a woman means this. Hearing you choose the adjectives you chose to describe a woman, it almost makes me emotional, because I mean, we're raising young women, and that is how I hope the world treats young women who are coming up to, and anyone, young boys, right? So I think you really sort of created space, but you also use your story and the adjectives you just described in your work. You've dressed these A-list celebrities. Let's go ahead and post them. Let's brag on you for,
all the Michelles.
All the Michelles. But you also had Tessa Thompson. There we are at the Met Gala. But also, can we talk about one of my favorite, Indian singer Diljit Dosanjh?
Oh my God.
Kinney, like, he's amazing. You dressed him as well.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, how do you sort of weave your story and your narrative into your pieces of art?
So for me, this is how I see it. Every time I get an opportunity to dress someone, I always ask them, what do you want to feel like? Because here's the thing, I don't need to dress women or people to make them look beautiful. They already are. I just need to match up to the complexities, who they are as a person, who is their people, and what story do they want to tell. That's what the power of fashion is. And especially in Met Gala, I always ask them, what do you want to feel like? And someone like Diljit was like, you know, you have two options, to wear a, you know, tailored suit, and then he was like, we talked about his heritage, and it's about like, how often do you see a brown person, you know, in his full glory, showing up at the Met Gala?
And in this space.
Yeah, exactly. And then to be able to show up and, you know, unapologetically, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. Be ourselves, be completely in our skin, and be like, here we are, own this space, and, you know, bring everyone who looks different along with us.
In your book, you elevate women, but it all starts with your own mother, who was really your North Star. Tell us a little bit more about her and how she gave you sort of the courage to be who you are, a brown person, in a lot of spaces where you are one of one, particularly the fashion industry.
She loved me unconditionally. You know, it wasn't that it was blind love. She had, you know, her rules and regulations, and all of that stuff was there. But, you know, all she said to me was, all I want you to do is embrace joy, do what you love the most, and you'll find your calling there. And along the way, she always said to me that make sure that whatever comes your way is just not for you, that you leave something behind. Because at the end of the day, we all have to go. What we leave behind becomes the legacy. And legacy doesn't always have to be the biggest thing. It can be the smallest thing. So I think that love, unconditional love, being able to see me, you know, and allow me to wear my sister's clothes and not even be like unapologetic. She's like, she wasn't like, oh my God, you should wear this, you shouldn't, nothing like that. She was just like, you are happy wearing it, you know? And that's what I feel at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. Forget about us children, like, you know, even as adults, in the world that is so fraught and we don't see eye to eye, all we want to see is each other and celebrate, you know, not tolerate, but celebrate. You know, that's what,
Give people that space to be who they are.
Probably, I just feel like I went to church. Or the boudoir, the synagogue, honey. I feel like I just got a word. And I love fashion. I love your work.
I can see it.
But I love you even more after this conversation, because I think those are words for all of us, those of us who do find ourselves as one of one in these spaces.
Of course.
And those of us who are raising children, may they be more like Prabal.
Oh, thank you. And may there be more like you too, and who welcome stories like this.
Prabal Gurung, thank you so much. The book is called Walk Like a Girl. Y'all read it. You'll love it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.